When Freedom the bald eagle was brought to one unnamed animal hospital, he had a broken wing, likely from being hit by a vehicle. The veterinary technicians were prepared for anything that came their way, but this large and majestic bird was, both literally and figuratively, a handful. He arrived in a box and he was much larger than the veterinarians expected. Even though the poor bird was severely injured, he seemed to be relatively calm. Nonetheless, the hospital staff got to work. They didn't want to take any chances. To demonstrate how large this bird really was, just compare his talons to this veterinarian's hand. Despite the bald eagle's injuries, his talons could have caused some serious damage. Everyone treating the bird knew they needed to take the utmost precaution when handling Freedom. The team tried to keep Freedom calm while doctors inspected his injuries. They weren't sure just how the eagle would behave with so many hands touching him, but they knew it was important to keep him as still and relaxed as possible. Luckily, Freedom didn't struggle as he was diagnosed with an open fracture. It was almost as if the bird knew that the people at the animal hospital didn't wish him any harm. It was amazing what could be communicated without even using words. Even though Freedom wasn't quite mobile yet, his wingspan was impressive. Can you imagine what it would be like to see a bird of prey like him soaring through the air? The doctors hoped that would be the case for Freedom soon enough. Perhaps even more admirable than his wingspan was Freedom's tremendous patience. You can see that with the expression on his face. Though his treatment wasn't quite complete, he was already on the mend, and it looked as if he was starting to feel better than when he arrived. Thankfully, the veterinarians were able to treat Freedom in no time. Afterward, one of the team members posted this update: "Once we've stabilized an animal, checked them over, we call the wildlife rehab center in our city and they come, put up the animals. They provide long-term treatments and will attempt to rehab them in the wild again." A bad wing break like this, open fracture, is difficult to repair, the employee continued, and can sometimes result in a wing amputation, which prevents release. A wild bird does not always do well in captivity, so, quite often, humane euthanasia is a common route. Thankfully, that didn't seem to be Freedom's fate. I'm personally crossing my fingers that they'll be able to help him and give him another few years of life, the employee concluded. Hopefully, he stays away from vehicles in the future.